So another tool is a grout float. This one in particular is an epoxy version. Now there's a lot of different ones on the market, and some of them are just all a sponge base. I definitely recommend you not buying those. Those are only a couple bucks, and I know why. They just make grouting next to impossible, extremely frustrating, not worth it. This particular one I think was around 12 bucks, and you can buy like a mid-range $8 one which has sponge here and then a hard top. I personally really like the full hard version, and it works well. I can get in with it, and I've had this thing for years and it's still going well. And the coolest part is, this is what I gave my wife, and I showed her how to grout, and here's the tool, and she's been doing my grouting ever since. And really it is a simple tool to use once you get to know, and we show you how to do that, how to mix your grout properly, just some important things that really make the job easier and faster and that much better. So your preference on which one you get, and the other one that I would recommend if you don't go with the straight hard rubber is the one that has a bit of sponge here, squishy sponge, and then hard, and you'll see when you go to the store to get that. So that is the grout float. Now a caulking gun. There are many price ranges for this. You can go all the way down to $1 and up to say 20 bucks, 25 bucks. You don't need to go up that high, but don't get the dollar store one. When you do any of your caulking, if you're going to be using say the PL Premium glue, get into that later, to use the dollar store one is a lot of headaches, not worth it. I would go and spend around 10 bucks, 12 bucks, 15 at the most. Get a professional one. It has some features that we talk about later that really help a lot, make your job a lot easier. And you will use this, you'll be surprised how much I use a caulking gun for all kinds of things in your house. Really a great tool to have. So that is that. Now you have your sponge, your grouting sponge. Don't go up and grab the same kind of sponges you use for washing dishes. Completely different. Different sponge material. And one of the biggest things is you'll notice that the round edges, it has, everywhere you look, it has rounded edges. And this is very important for when you're grouting. If you have sharp edges, when you do your grouting, you'll actually dig in and scoop the stuff out and be completely destroyed. So make sure you buy one specifically for grouting. That's that. There's another kind that has a rough one side to it, and I've used this on and off when I've kind of pushed the envelope on my grouting and let it sit a little too long. Then, so I don't know if you can see it well. It has a rough side and then your regular side. So what happens is when I do my grouting, sometimes I try and do too much at once, and then I come back and it's too dry. And when you're trying to work with too dry grout, very hard, very frustrating, hard on the arms. So that's when I grab this one, and it just digs in that much better, and it works a whole lot faster, and it saved my tail a few times. So that's something to consider, but not an essential. This one is an essential. That's that one. Now, buckets. You've probably seen them everywhere you go. Home Hardware, Home Depot, Rona, those kind of places. They all have these, and they're a little expensive in my eyes. But if you go to, say, this one I believe is from Tim Hortons. Go to Tim Hortons, say, hey, I need some buckets. Do you have any? They've got tons. They have these coming out every corner of the place, and they really want to get rid of them. So if you need one, go to your coffee shop, anything like that, because this holds, this one holds chocolate fondant, whatever the heck that is, that's what this held. But they have tons of these, and they will give them away to you for free. So that's a quick way to save a few bucks there. I do like having a smaller one as well, not essential, but you can have when you do your grout, because you don't mix nearly as much grout as you do your mortar. And this bucket, sorry I didn't mention, it is for mixing mortar. And then also for you, when you're doing your grouting, you fill it with clean water and work with it that way. With this one, this is great for mixing your mortar. It's nice and small, and it's easy to scoop out. Not once again, not an essential, but it helps for sure to have a second bucket, whether it's small or big. Just having two buckets, it can help a lot. Really, you can get inventive, use whatever you want, whatever you can find. You don't always have to go out and buy these things. You can just kind of think, outside the box and save yourself a lot of money and time that you don't have to go running around.